Hello, everybody. Welcome today to the nexWeb3 presentation. My name is Peter Gantner. I am one of the founders, and I'll be presenting to you today. So let's get this started.
Shh. The wealthy have a secret.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Did you know that some of the biggest companies in the world are buying and/or positioning themselves into Web3?
Pardon me, guys. I'm going to make sure that video has audio. Just a moment.
One.
All right, let's try that again.
Did you know that some of the biggest companies in the world are buying and/or positioning themselves into Web3?
Well, welcome, guys. And I have a question for you to get this thing kicked off, and that is, do you currently use the internet? And of course, every one of us should be saying, well, Peter, of course, that's a silly question. Just about everybody on the planet does, and you are correct. 5.3 billion people are currently using the internet, and they actually fall into three different categories. The vast majority, meaning probably 4 billion plus people, simply use it for shopping, entertainment, sending emails, social media, those type of things. A smaller percentage use it for what we call the gig economy. This are people that are actually using it to make money on the internet. Of that smaller percentage, a very small percentage are making a full-time living. The majority of those people are making maybe a little bit of extra money. Maybe they're selling on eBay, making a few hundred or $1,000 a month, or Etsy, or they're using one of the pet sitting services, or maybe they're driving Uber, those type of things. And then there are the very, very small percent, the 1%ers or less, and that is the founders, executives, and wealthy investors. The people that were able to have the resources or the ideas to get involved in the internet to make this work.
For many of us, terms like Web 1 or Web 2 might sound alien. Believe me, I was once in that camp too. Let's break it down. Web 1.0, often termed the static web. Web 1.0 represents the internet's infancy. It was a budding global network that introduced the world to the wonders of digital communication and information sharing. In this phase, a handful of pioneers created content and designed rudimentary web pages for a larger audience. Web 2.0. Enter the social web. This iteration is all about interactivity. Platforms thrived on user-generated content, and users became both consumers and producers. The internet became a space of collaboration driven by enhanced connectivity and dynamic communication channels. But here's a stark reality. The Web 2.0 era, while democratizing content creation, concentrated wealth. The majority of financial gains went into the pockets of the platform founders, top-tier executives, and elite investors. Over 320 individuals amassed a combined wealth exceeding $2 trillion. The broader populace? We mostly reap the benefits of the innovative products and services these giants introduced.
So think about it, guys. 320 plus people have accumulated over $2 trillion from what is called Web 2. And to be honest with you, when we started this, I didn't even know there was a Web 1, right? I just thought there was the web. But then through the last few years, I realized that Web 3 is coming. But that gave me the ability to look and say, what is Web 2? Okay, what happened there? So, of course, we have the 1%ers at the top. Web 2, how were they able to accumulate so much wealth? It's because the secret is the web was centralized. And behind this centralization gave these companies the ability to collect and monetize our data in an incredible way. And most of us think, oh, my data is not worth that much. You would be amazed at how much your data is worth and how the vast majority of the wealth that has been created is not selling you widgets, but off of them reselling your data over and over again to the people who are selling you widgets or trying to sell you other products and services. So in the Web 2 space, the vast majority, 5.3 billion users, have simply benefited from the products and services that have been developed. Here is something that's super incredible. Over the last 2 years, 2/3 of all the new wealth that has been created has all gone to the top 1%. I want that to sink in, guys. 2/3 of the wealth that has been created has gone to a very small percentage of the people in this world. Do you think them getting filthy rich off of our data is fair? Is there a better way for it to happen? And there is.
So, what sets Web 3 apart? Why label it as the People's Web? Web 3 heralds an era of democratized value creation and distribution. It's a transformative shift where the internet doesn't just offer services, it compensates you for your participation. It promises a more equitable digital ecosystem. Welcome to a revolutionized paradigm, the participatory economy. Web 3, truly the web of the people. Web 3 is the internet owned by the builders and users, orchestrated with tokens. When ownership is decentralized, users can own a piece of the internet using tokens.
So think about, instead of the Web 2 model with such a small percentage of people making money, imagine you being able to get involved in Web 3. And here's the thing is, there's nothing stopping us except for fear and the lack of knowledge and the guidance for people to get into Web 3. As a matter of fact, Web 3 has already created over 75,000 millionaires through crypto and lots of other people that have hundreds of thousands of dollars in digital assets that are at their disposal because they've engaged in Web 3. But guess what? It is just the beginning. So what makes Web 3 the people's secret? Decentralization. A decentralized model that says privilege, being the 1%er, does not give you an advantage over everyday people. A matter of fact, in a decentralized web, you, me, us, the people, have the advantage. We have the ability to control the narrative when it comes to that. And one of the reasons why is we begin to control and own our own data. And when it is monetized, or if it is monetized, some of us don't want our data monetized at all. Well, guess what? In Web 3, as this develops out over the next few years, you can say, I don't want my data monetized, and it will not be monetized. If you do want it to be monetized, though, you can get a piece, a percentage of that money given back to you. And yes, in Web 3, the 1% are still there. People will still found projects. They'll still find some early seed money, from maybe investors. And of course, they're going to have executives that are going to help run the company. The difference is in the other model, Web 2 model, 80% of the money went to the 1%, right? And a smaller, much smaller percentage went to the masses. This reverses it. The masses, the early adopters, the users of Web3 are the ones that are driving the value proposition. They're the biggest contributors. And so in this case, they are getting the most money. And that's why we call it the people's secret.
Is Web3 the most monumental wealth transfer in human history? In the realm of Web3, the paradigm shifts from corporations profiting exclusively from our data to a more equitable model where we, the users, share in the prosperity. So, our mission is to guide everyone into the Web3 universe, ensuring confidence and competence regardless of tech background. We blend premier education, community engagement, and strategic alliances to make Web3 accessible to all. Our platform, with personalized support and in-depth training, emphasizes that Web3 is not just for the tech elite, but for anyone eager to transform their financial journey.
So have you ever thought, if I could only be in the right place at the right time, and of course know the right people, right? How could my life be different? Well, with nexWeb3, that is exactly where you're at. You are with the right people at the right time with the right movement, Web3. So nexWeb3 is the easiest way for you to get involved with the third wave of the internet. We teach you how to be involved in Web3. We have the right connections, innovative Web3 partnerships. We're going to talk about some of those as we move through the presentation. The knowledge and the tools, the tech stack. We have the developers, the people that are building Web3 that know what is going on. They're very well connected. They're on the cutting edge of it. The community and support. The secrets of Web3 and Web3 Elite Investment Club. So how do you get involved? So we looked at this and said, we want to get people into Web3. Collect and get what are called NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Now, don't worry about the definition. You don't have to understand it at this point. Essentially, what they are is digital collectibles that are tracked on a blockchain so that you can tell this is a real, it's an original, without ever having to ask. You don't have to believe somebody that it's the real one. You can go on chain and you can look and tell that it's real. Now, the vast majority of NFTs are just collectible artwork or game assets. Maybe a
Hello,
pair
Yanni.
of clothing or something, a strength or something.
Hello, hello. Sharona, are you there?
You said hello.
Sharona, did you need something? I think her internet must be cutting in and out a little bit. And I think she was recognizing that Peter's here, so I think we'll continue with the presentation.
Hello,
And
Jan.
yes, are you there, Sharona?
I just keep going, buddy.
Okay, we'll proceed, guys, and then we'll be back here to chat with you after the presentation.
Within a game, or like the Museum of Modern Art just purchased 2 art NFTs to put in their permanent collection. However, what we said is, let's not just make artwork, let's turn these into utilities. Because of the technology behind NFTs, it allows for functionality. It allows for them to create value outside of just being collectibles. Also, it is the most phenomenal reward program on the planet. Utilizing NFTs for reward programs allows for things like transferring your rewards from you to somebody else because they're attached to these NFTs. So incredible technology that we've decided to use. So what are the cost of Avigamis, $50 up to $1,400. Every Avigami comes with blockchain collectible artwork, so rarity there, software and education, ownership in the DAO. A DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization, the absolute best form of capitalism on the planet. You get voting rights in that DAO. You get rewards from being part of that DAO. You get to participate and have access. And when we talk about participate, what are you participating in? Web3 projects. What do you have access to? People in Web3 that are able to give you information that can help you improve your life with digital assets in this space of Web3, plus entertainment, fun, all kinds of other things like that. The collectability is that because there's rarity, somebody else may say, hey, I want one of those, and you have the only one of that, so I'd like to get that from you, right? Creating a market for it. Affiliate programs. We've attached an affiliate program for it, so if you help us go out and share and build the community, you can create now money, and we'll talk about that at the end of the presentation. We'll go through what that looks like. And then, of course, the Web3 Elite Investment Club. Every Avigami. Now, the higher the Avigami, the more rewards, the more rare the artwork is, the more ownership in the DAO, the more voting rights that you receive. So how do you get involved with it? What are we talking about doing here? Are we talking about learning new skills? Are we talking about something that you should be fearful of? And my answer is absolutely not. A matter of fact, most of the things that will be done in Web3, you're already doing in Web2. All you're doing is shifting it from companies that say, we need to keep all the money and make all the money, to companies that are like, hey, we understand that you are valuable and that we want to provide value back to you in the form of digital assets. So it's things like simply engaging on social media, following, liking, commenting on projects, helping them grow their social media channels just by simply putting a post on your wall. Play to earn. Imagine playing a game and not paying $80, $90 for the game and then, of course, beating it and then eventually buying another game, but playing a game that will actually put money back in your pocket in the form of digital assets. And those digital assets are attached to the game. So as the popularity of the game explodes, your assets have the potential to go up in value that you did while you're playing to earn. So imagine, I'll give you an example. Let's say you played a game and you earned $10 in game assets. And then that digital asset 5 or 10x's. Well, now you don't have $10 anymore. You have $50 or $100 in assets on that game. Being a customer by simply using software. Imagine if Amazon would have been in Web3. They are not in Web3 at this point, right? But imagine if they were and you were an early customer and you had some books delivered to your house when they were just doing books, or you got involved with them when they were doing auctions, or maybe you're a seller on there. And every time you sold, you got some form of digital asset. By being that customer or working in on a B2B basis or B2C basis, you accumulated digital assets. What would that be worth today if it followed the success and the value of an Amazon? Grow digital wealth with a community. By combining with a community. So people, individuals have so much value on the internet, and in Web3, they're able to extract that value. But I want you to think about combining that with a community, others, leveraging and working together in a collaborative fashion to increase the amount of digital wealth that each person is worth. So in a community setting, we are worth more as a whole than we are as individuals. Decentralized social media. So many of us are just frustrated with social media channels that we believe the people on those social media channels should control. In Web3, decentralized social media, the people on the platform will control the platform and help move it in the direction that they see fit to move it in. Metaverse. I'm going to show you some statistics here in a minute on the metaverse that are absolutely going to blow you away, because I know some of you, and I was one of these people a few years ago, that said, I don't think I'll ever do anything in the metaverse. I cannot wait for it to take place. nexWeb3 is going to make it easy, simple for you to understand all of this stuff that we're talking about, including participate to earn, airdrops, Some of you going, airdrops, what's that? I'm going to explain that to you. Benefit from an AI crypto trading bot that is helping people today grow their digital assets. So do you want to earn from the third wave of the internet is my next question here. And if you do, then we have the tools, we have the people, we have the education, we have the help that you need to earn from the next wave of the internet. The first we're going to talk about is our AI trading bot. Set it up and let it trade for you 24/7, 7 days a week. This will trade on a decentralized exchange, PancakeSwap, and it'll continue to create. The idea is start with X amount of digital assets and have this trade for you each and every single day. Some people are getting 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 trades a day using this system in order to help build their digital wealth. So then when the market takes off and the digital wealth starts to go up in value, they're able to get a multiplier on their results. Education. Education is key, but this is not the kind of education where we're going to teach you some worthless information or information that you might use here and there on a daily basis. The education that we focus on is education to help you build and increase the amount of digital assets that you have going into Web3. It's things that you can do within and participate within Web3 to then accelerate your digital wealth. So we have one-on-one support. So if you say, hey, I'm watching some videos here and there, I'm not getting it. We have Zoom calls where you can get one-on-one, face-to-face with a Web3 expert, and they're going to help walk you through and help you with whatever you need on a one-on-one basis. Web3 education. We have a starter course, which will be launching here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Then we have a mid-level course, which will come shortly after that, and then an advanced course. These are Web3 courses. They're not going to just teach you about Web3. Here's a definition, and here's what it is. It's going to show you, here's a definition, here's what it is, and here's where you go to participate in it, and here's how you go participate in it to earn digital assets. Advanced trading classes. Some of us are out there going, hey, I just want to set up a bot, Insights, NSI, and I want it to just trade for me. I don't want to really have to deal with it too much. But there's other people that say, I want to become a master trader. I want to learn how to trade digital assets myself. We have those classes available. Now, when you purchase an Avigami, whether it's $50 or up to $1,400, this is where you will use those funds, depending on, say, $50. You have $50 to spend on education, $50 you could spend on the training, $50 that you could spend wherever you want in the system for that. So that's one of the values of an Avigami. Let's talk about airdrops. I had mentioned it earlier as one of the things that we're going to teach you through our education system, as well as a value that is there. Airdrops are where a project says, okay, we're creating this company and we are going to need people to use our product. So in order to incentivize our people to get involved in the project, what we're going to do is promise them for coming on, liking, sharing, commenting, doing transactions, doing different things. We're going to give you a digital asset for doing that. Now, these are 3 real examples. These are not fictional. These are real. There's a chain called Aptos. Aptos said to the people, hey, we're going to give away 80% of all the digital assets that we create that are backing this project. And all you need to do is come on and do some transactions. You could do something on our test net, which is free to do and operate. You just need to know how to do it. nexWeb3 will teach you these things. And then you go to the main net, the launch of their project, the functional product. And if you would have used any of their tools that are building on their chain, trade, swap on their chain from one digital asset to another, and I don't want to get too complex here, they would have given you a digital airdrop of a digital asset. That airdrop today would be worth $1,320. You could take that, sell that in a marketplace, transfer that to fiat, and send it directly to your banking account, and you would have $1,320. Blur, an NFT marketplace. So it's a place where you would go buy NFTs. You could have went on there and bought a few NFTs for pennies or maybe dollars, $2, $3, $4, $5. And by doing those transactions, and then they have a piece of software on there for you to create your own NFTs. Very easy to do. I used it. It took me about 2 minutes to create my first NFT. Just by doing those and then putting it in the marketplace up for sale, didn't have to sell it, just put it up for sale, you would have earned today $800 in digital assets that can be converted to fiat. Uniswap, one of the first decentralized exchanges. They said if you just simply come and buy or sell crypto on our decentralized exchange, maybe provide liquidity, so put some funds in to back the projects, we would give you an airdrop. That airdrop was for 600 Uniswap tokens. Today, that is valued at over $1,725. So if you would have just participated in these 3 airdrops, right now you would have $3,845 in crypto. And through a third party, you could sell that and transfer it out for probably, who knows, $30, $40 in fees and have over $3,800 in your banking account today. And you would have spent maybe $50, $60, $70 to do the entire thing in maybe 30 to 45 minutes of your time. This is incredible. And these are not the only ones. There are hundreds and eventually thousands of projects out there that will be doing airdrops. nexWeb3 is going to help guide you to the best projects in that area. So let's talk about the metaverse. Fusion GPS, a Citibank-owned company, did a report on the metaverse about 2 years ago. And they went and did a whole bunch of research, and they found that by 2030, there will be 5 billion people. So the majority of all online people by 2030 will be using some form of the metaverse. They'll be tied to it. This idea, this concept of Web3. They said the addressable market could be as much as $8 to $13 trillion. So wait a minute, there's an $8 to $13 trillion industry or mechanism that's being built. I thought to myself, I need to be involved in that. We need to be part of that. And if this is done through Web3 and it's decentralized, then the vast majority of that $8 to $13 trillion would go where? To the users, to the people that are every day going on the metaverse and using it. Think about being able to help lead people to that and be part of it. So we said we need the absolute best metaverse partner that we could work with in the entire industry. And we went out and found Otherverse. Otherverse is the most experienced and just an incredible project to work with. Otherverse, though, is not a metaverse because of the Xeon browser, the first Web3 browser. It is an ecosystem where eventually, I would say, 1 million metaverses will all be built on the software and the technology, and then they will all be tied together in a revenue sharing model that will allow for wealth to be created, to tap in to that $8 to $13 trillion. We have a very special partnership with them, and we're working with them to help them bring that forward. We also have the Web3 Elite Investment Club. It's a group of investment clubs that is an add-on to the DAO platform. So when you receive an Avagami, as we said earlier, this Avagami gives you ownership in the DAO. It also gives you an additional membership into a Web3 investment club where you'll be able to participate in Web3 projects in the early stages. So I don't want you to think about being at the back of the line, a CF offer or a company when it's going public, once it's already gone through all that. This is putting you at the front of the line in the early development stages of the incredible projects. The DAO has partners. These partners are companies like Tokensoft, Muon, of course, Otherverse, and then, of course, the Web3 DAO creating its own projects from the creative collective that is the DAO, that is DAOs as a whole, the creative collective, utilizing cutting edge technology in order to make that happen. Tokensoft, I'll point out, is a token launching platform. That's what they do. They've launched over 100 projects on their platform, creating over $18 billion in digital wealth on those projects. They're going to be saying, hey, DAO, here's a great project that we're working to bring that token to the marketplace. Would you guys like to get involved with this in an early stage? So that's how the investment club will find projects to then get early in and benefit from Web3. So the 3 easy steps to digital wealth. Just simply select an Avagami. Could be a $50 one, could be a $500, could be a $1,400 one. That's up to you to decide on the value that's created there from it. Just select your Avagami, mint that Avagami, and that just means purchase it. And then you activate it. You'll decide what utilities you want to use. You'll decide if you want education. You'll decide if you want cryptocurrency trading. You'll decide if you want to do something in Otherverse, because there's some memberships there that you could use those funds for. So let's say you bought a $500 Avagami. You could use $200 to get a VIP membership in Otherverse. It's a year membership. It comes with digital tokens. It's very cool. Lots of different benefits and things within Otherverse, within the metaverse. You could say, hey, I want to buy 6 months of NSI or trading software, and then just simply engage with the community. Right now, we're engaging through social media, but very soon, the first part of next year, we will be engaging in the metaverse. We are building a massive yacht right in the harbor of the main area within Otherverse. And that'll be a yacht that you must have an Avagami to be able to get onto. It's where we'll have meetings. It's where we'll have space for you, all the members of the clubs, to go and learn about new projects. After learning about this incredible wealth opportunity, can you envision sharing this with others who might also be interested? I hope that the answer to this is yes. Web3 is the web of the people. That means we need everybody to know about Web3. Now, the media companies are not sharing Web3 with the world, guys. When we started this, we said, shh, they have a secret. They want to keep it quiet as long as they possibly can. Why? Because the longer they keep it quiet, the more that they can invest, the more they can build, and the bigger piece of it they can keep for themselves. So our mission is to share this with the world and get as many people as we can involved in Web3 as soon as we possibly can. That's why we made it so inexpensive. We're not talking about buying an Avagami a month. You may only buy one Avagami in your entire lifetime, and it's going to give you access to all the stuff that we talked about. Absolutely incredible. So I'm going to stop here. We're going to open it up for some questions, and we'll talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's going on in Web3. And then we'll come back and we'll go very quickly through the compensation plan. Hey, everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a great day. We're going to talk a little bit about one of my favorite subjects, which is decentralization in this middle part here today. Go ahead and share my screen. And first thing we're going to open up to, guys, I do not believe that this is a far-flung, let's see. Oh, wrong article. Okay, here we go. This is the one I want right here. Anybody ever hear of the oh, no. Stop. Oh, don't do that. Okay, here. Let's go back here. All right. Anybody? I'm trying to move the bar out of the way. Is this some fringe organization? I don't think so. They have written an article here: from centralized to decentralized government. Decentralized can foster political stability. How many people? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that political stability would be a good thing for every single person on the planet. And secondly, economic development. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe economic development is a positive out there. If transfers of resources and resources and responsibilities are carefully coordinated and intergovernmentally relationships are clearly defined. So here is a major organization in the world talking about decentralized governments being a positive in the marketplace. Okay. Now, why decentralized finance holds the keys to successful investment today, guys. This is Emeritus right here. What is decentralized finance? Why does decentralized finance work? It didn't say if decentralized finance works. It says how does it work, right? On that side of it. Decentralized finance examples, the future of decentralized finance. Essentially, decentralized finance allows us to bypass a middleman. Why is that important? Because right now these middlemen are making themselves wealthy by being able to charge exorbitant funds for doing things that technology can do now in its place. Let's look at another avenue of this. Vitalik Buterin on decentralized science. Yes, DeFi. What is DeFi? DeFi is taking it, and instead of having only organizations that have their own agendas, it's allowing for the general population out there to get involved and be a part of it. Let's listen to Vitalik for a minute
what
here.
if we fix aging, right? And what if all those numbers are off by a factor of 2? What if there's radical cultural change that causes people to have like much fewer children? There's just so many different curveballs that could happen. What if we do discover evidence of alien life, like even if it is back?
Now, guys, think about what if we could change aging, and that is by opening things up for more people to get involved with it. So decentralization is a key factor in helping advance humankind right now on this planet in so many different ways. I want it because a lot of people think about this from a crypto perspective, cryptocurrency. And we started with decentralized finance, right? But now we're talking about decentralized science, okay? Opening it up. Our next one that we'll listen to right here real quick is blockchain. Decentralized is central. This is a TED Talk here, guys. I don't know if a lot of you guys may not know, TED Talks were at one point only for the elite. And then because of the internet, this technology that we're on right now that changed the world, that a lot of people ignored in the early days, made it to where TED Talks became available to the world, where we could all get involved and be a part of what it is. But there's tons of talks that have been done. Our lives in a blockchain-powered smart economy, a smart economy, something that will work for all of us, right? The engine of the next financial revolution is blockchain. These guys, these are people that are very intelligent. They know what they're talking about, and you can see how many articles over how long. Blockchain, the future of money. 6 years ago, this talk was done. This has been building. It has been coming. And guess what? It is not too late right now for you to get involved and help be a part of it. And benefit from these transactions on that side of it. So there's a lot of stuff out there, guys, on blockchain. Why decentralized innovation is critical. This was in a Forbes magazine, guys, talking about decentralization being critical in the lives of people for, again, making this a better place for us. What are decentralized social networks? Guys, you could go through and read this article, and it talks about the problems with Web 2 and social media today being controlled by a small group of people that get to make the decisions, people that can influence things. And then it goes down here and it talks about decentralized social media. Again, working for the people, working for us, the people that are using that social media, and allowing for the right ideas to raise to the top and getting the right information for people to be able to make their decisions and move forward from there. So I want to just see here real quick. Here we go. DeFi, let's see. DeFi short is an emerging digital ecosystem that allows people to send, purchase, and exchange financial assets without relying on banks, brokerages, or exchanges. DeFi. Guys, there used to be a report. I haven't looked for it to see if it existed for the last 7 or 8 years, but it used to be how much money Wall Street bankers made in each given year. And I'm not talking about the guys who own the stuff. It was the employees. They were some of the highest paid people in the world that were working in finance, in banking. How did they make those enormous salaries? Because of the fees that we pay. And that's going to take us to, and we looked at these yesterday, we're going to look at them again here. Listen for the one where they talk about the banking system being ridiculous. And I don't know if I shared my sound, so I'm going to stop here. Let me make sure I shared my sound here so you guys can hear these clearly. I love these. I could watch them 100 times, guys.
What is this archaic system?
Mother's maiden name? Ebowitz?
You're telling me this guy is how things get verified.
That's my job.
I'm just saying, you shouldn't have to buy $10 worth of gum if you just want 79 cents worth of gum. Why do you get charged your money to take your money from your account? And if you're out of money, they charge you for being out of money?
What?
An overseas transfer takes 5 days?
Business days.
Why?
What are they using? A Zeppelin?
I deposited the check Monday.
But Monday was a bank holiday.
Why is this the way it is?
A bank holiday?
This system
What's a bank holiday?
makes no sense.
This makes no sense.
Who designed this system?
Ma'am?
Is this really the best we can do?
Hello?
Don't we deserve better?
Not only do we deserve better, guys, we can build it right now. The technology, the tools, everything is here for us to do it. All we have to do is take action. The powers that are in control right now do not want this to take place because it takes power away from them. You can't empower the people and have them keep the same amount of power that they have now. It's got to shift and it's got to move in that direction. And they are fighting tooth and nail right now to keep that power and to stay in the position that they're in right now.
We were born into a system with numbers and papers.
And lines.
And waiting. You work hard, get good grades, go to college.
I want to go to college.
I got good grades.
I overachieved.
That's right, she did.
Debt is good.
Debt is so good.
So much debt.
I can totally save up and buy a house and start a family.
I want a family.
Oh.
Starting a family means you need 2 or 3 jobs.
You can't afford to buy.
Oh.
You can't afford to rent. Used cars cost as much as the new ones.
Oh.
Good debt is
I was ahead of my class.
Houses are too
Hard, get
expensive.
good grades, go
The
to college.
system, the numbers.
Rent is freaking insane.
Breaking news. Everything is terrible.
Does it have to be this way?
What if it was different?
It's always been that way.
We've got to build our way out of it. Yeah.
Put control back to the hands of the people.
A system with less paperwork.
No waiting.
Permissionless.
Just because you're born into a system?
Doesn't mean you have to live with it.
We were born in.
So guys, again, how many people can relate to what you're watching here in this section? How many people have young kids that right now are trying to, my daughter and just got married and they're going through this stuff right now, right? They just bought a home, but now they're having to say, hey, we have to put off having kids because they bought a home and because of those situations. I don't want that to be that way for my family. I want a better future. And we can do something about it today by taking action, by going out and helping share this message about this new idea, this new concept, this idea and concept of centralization. How many people know somebody who have a full-time job and a side hustle?
Go to school, take out the loans. Get a job, pay back the loans. Go to school, take out the loans. Get a job, pay back the loans. Go to school, take out the loans. Get a job, pay down the interest on the loans. Start a side hustle just to break even. The system worked for them. Now it's time to build a system that works for us.
Get a job, save a little, take out a mortgage, buy a house.
No problem. One person working.
Get a job, save a little, take out a mortgage, buy a house. Get a job, save a little, take out a mortgage, buy a house. Get a job, save a little, apply for a mortgage, get a second job, get some roommates, rent a house. Realize the only generation that's going to fix this is yours, and start building.
you guys understand that the elite class, they don't want you to own anything. They want you to rent everything. That is where society's moving to. I saw a thing the other day, maybe a couple weeks ago, where they're taking homes in San Francisco and they're dividing them up. They're making pods, a little like 10 by maybe 5 feet by 4 foot pods. And people are renting those pods for $900 a month. And there's 8, 10, 12 people living in the home renting a pod in order for them to be able to get by and make it in where we are at right now. There's got to be a change, and that change is not going to come from the political elite or anyone else that's out there. This has got to be a change that's driven and run by the people. And of course, you guys know this is when I got excited about this when we watched this last time. We're going to watch it again because here is the future. The metaverse is coming, and we are at the front of this development.
Kiss Army! Your love, your power has made us immortal! The new KISS era starts now!
The new KISS era. I want to change that to the new people's era. The new people's era. That is where we are headed to, guys. That's the charge that we're leading right now into the future.
The future is so exciting. We can live on eternally.
You drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy. You keep on saying you'll be mine for a while. You're looking fancy and I like your style. You drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy.
The band will never stop because the fans own the band.
You show us everything you got.
Our shows are about joy.
Ich liebe euch, KISS.
We're looking forward to the future.
Wild, we'll drive you crazy.
We're all in this together. The band deserves to live on because the band is bigger than we are.
Wanna rock and roll all night.
It's going to be the best concert you've ever seen.
Keep going, boys. We love you.
I can't wait to see it.
The new KISS era begins now.
So guys, let's go out and create our new era, right? One that will continue to move forward, one that will continue to go on, and be a better future for my grandkids that haven't even been born yet, for my great-grandchildren that haven't been born yet, for the young kids right now that are out there that are saying, hey, they want to be firemen, they want to be, whatever it is that they want to be, right? They want to grow up and they want to have a better world. And we can do that. And here's the cool part about it. We can do it while making ourselves better off financially. This is not, I'm not saying, hey, go donate some money that maybe you need for a bill to a charity. This is about creating more revenue through helping the future of this planet, of the people that are here right now and the people that are going to come down the road. That is decentralization. That is blockchain. That is cryptocurrency. That is NFTs, right? So people are like, NFT, what's that? It is the future. It's a better system. It's a better way of doing things. It reduces fraud. There's just so many different things that are out there that will be fixed by blockchain. That will be fixed by these things called smart contracts. And guess what? Smart contracts are going to get smarter. They're going to do more diverse things. AI is going to be put on there. I don't know if you guys saw the thing, because they don't publicize it, but there was just a new development in the chip sector for quantum computing. Another thing that is going to change the world. Another thing that is going to change the world, quantum computing. It's coming and it's speeding up with this new chip development. That's going to make it even faster, guys. So you take AI, you take quantum computing, and both of those right now are a big person's thing, right? You need to be wealthy. You need to have a lot of resources to play in those two fields, or be like super intelligent, right? So, you're like one of the smartest people on the planet type thing, right? How do the people be able to get involved and be a part of that? Through a community, through nexWeb3, through decentralization, through this concept and idea of Web3. I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you guys would like to make revenue off of your favorite band being digitized and having concerts in the metaverse? Me. I want to make money in the music industry. How many people want to make money in the design and what do you call architectural, fashion, poetry, movies? I'd like to be in all of those industries. I would like to make money from all of that stuff. Entertainment, finance, social media. How many people would like to be like Mark Zuckerberg and be able to buy yourself a new multiple homes because you created this thing, a social media site, and you made money off of everybody that's on the site? How many of us would like to own our own data? How many people, if it's monetized, would like to get a piece of that monetization? How many people would like to say, hey, maybe I could be part of a group, a community, nexWeb3, right? Where we're going to go leverage other people's data by paying them to utilize that data, and I get to get a small piece of thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people's data, just small little percentages of that. The world is changing. You have an opportunity this time to participate without having to be specialized in that area. Just by simply being you. It's called the participatory economy. Its community is commerce. That community is nexWeb3. You can become a part of it. $50 Abigami. That's it. One time, you're now part of the community. If you want to participate in a little bit bigger way in that community and benefit more, guess what? You can get a $200 Abigami, or a $500, or $1,000, or up to a $1,400 Abigami. You can buy multiple Abigamis. These are your choices, but one $50 Abigami gets you in the club. It makes you a part of a group of people that are going to utilize the collective intelligence, the collective energy, the collective finances, the collective of a group of people that have a common purpose, a common goal. What is that common purpose and goal? To increase the financial stability, the financial wealth of the people that are part of that community by bringing a better model to the world, where it's a win-win situation. Rising tide raises all ships. So guys, if we would like right now, Corey, do you have the back end of the presentation, your compensation plan? Because there is a compensation plan. I know some people are like, wow, that's pretty cool, Peter, the future down the road. However, I need money now. I have a bill that's due in 2 days or 4 days or in a week. I need to refinance my car or whatever it is. Guess what? With nexWeb3, being able to bring this incredible message to the public, being able to help make and shape a better future, you can make, and when I say now money, I mean now, instantly put into a digital wallet. And there are third-party mechanisms, companies, projects like Coinbase, things like that, which we watch their commercials, where you can instantly get it in your banking account within minutes to pay that bill. So from cryptocurrency to in your banking account in minutes. Go ahead and play it, guys. Take it away.
For those interested in making now money and some bonus compensation, we will continue on and I will share my screen. All right, guys, so the affiliate compensation plan. It's really simple, guys. You purchase an Avagami yourself. That gives you access to being an affiliate in the compensation plan. And you simply share with your friends, share with somebody online. They purchase an Avagami. You get a few to purchase an Avagami for themselves. In this example here, you've got a $500, a $1,400, a $200, and a $1,000 Avagami that you have shared out and they have purchased and minted, giving you a total of $465. Now, in a regular compensation model or another company, you'd probably see that on the following Tuesday, or maybe it's on the second Friday of the month or once a month. But this being Web3 and on the blockchain, your commissions are absolutely instant. And that is one of the most incredible things I can think. If you're needing money, you're wanting money for the holidays, I can't think of a better way to do that. And you'll see here, Jan and I did a fun little video here where he purchased an Avagami and I had my MetaMask wallet open, and you can see in real time, we were doing it on two Zooms at the same time. What happened?
Work is over. Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. Work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger.
All right, guys, throw a 1 in the Zoom chat if you think that's pretty cool, getting your commissions absolutely instantly on the spot as soon as your friends mint an Avagami. Pretty freaking cool, right? I want to be part of that. That really gets me excited, guys. And in this example here, this is you at the top. You have your 4 people that have minted their Avagamis. This is a 2-level commission affiliate program. So even when you have somebody that decides to do something like you are and gets excited about nexWeb3 and decides to share this out with their friends, you see in the example that you're getting 10%, your referral, they're getting their 15%, and you're getting all these 10% coming up to you. In this example here, when you have your 3 direct referrals here and they have referred out and sold a few Avagamis themselves, that turns into $965 pretty quickly. And that's pretty exciting, guys. So you heard mentioned earlier in the presentation, you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. And I cannot think of a better place and a better position to be in than this. And as I teach a class on influencing and personal development, and I've said that the wave is coming down on us as we speak, and we're so ahead of the game. And this might sound foreign to a lot of people that you talk to about it, but whether it does for them right now or not, it's coming, and it's coming in a large tsunami wave. And you saw the presentation thus far, and all these huge companies in the background are building the blockchain space in the Web3 and with crypto and NFTs and all these other assets. And they are preparing themselves, and there's no bigger hint than that right there. So this is your opportunity to be spreading the knowledge and the presentation with others. These bonuses now are for the leaders, the people that want to really go out there and create a lot of wealth, short-term and long-term wealth. And through this program, we've set up 4 incredible bonuses that I'm going to go through quickly, but we're going to go into more depth at another time and through leadership classes and stuff like that. But the first one is a 4%. We have a 4%, a 2%, a 2%, and a 2%. So there's 10% reserved for giving out to leaders in these 4 pools. And the first one is the ROTVC, which is the return on total value created. Once you have 100,000, and this is all accumulative, guys. So it just keeps going until you reach these points. It's not something that will just hit and start over. So you've got the $100,000 accumulative volume, which equals a point, and the points go in the pool, which makes a big difference with the total Avagamis with a $6 million sales quarter at 4% is a $240,000 pool. Let's say you've got 49 points in this pool. You're looking at a 4,898 per point. Now that's pretty crazy, right? So that's a total of 49 points in the entire pool, but you're looking at per points that you accumulate. And it's pretty awesome, guys. And as leaders, you can see how this can add up pretty quickly. The second one is the 2% top Avagami sales revenue. So this is for the volume of the sales revenue. And the top 25 goes out to the community members calculated on your personal sales volume and second level. So it's your personally enrolled sales volume. This is a monthly bonus. So this one is month to month, bonus starting on the 1st, ending on the last day of the month at 11:59 PST. So basically it's the top 25. You're going to get a certain percentage in the pool, and you go all the way to the top one, who obviously is going to get more compensation in the Avagami's revenue sales pool. This 2% one, this is the third bonus pool, is the total Avagami sold pool, which is a little different from the one before. This pool is paid to the top 25 community members calculated on your personal sales volume and second level, which is your personally enrolled sales volume. This is also monthly, same standards as the last one, also going by how many total you sold during that month. And of course, you're going to be sharing the 2% in that total pool there. The last one, and this one's a cool one too, is the 2% quarterly matching point bonus. So any points that anybody on your team, first and second level, that qualifies for any of the other 3 bonus pools. So let's say your direct and their direct qualify and get a certain amount of points in the total Avagamis sold and the total Avagamis revenue pool, and then they have points in the 4% pool. You're going to get the matching points that all of those add up to in this 2% pool. So this will be have a 2% total pool split up with you and the total number of points that you have. So as you see, being a leader, building a team, sharing the knowledge and sharing the absolute best opportunity here is going to compensate you very, very, very well. So ready to join nexWeb3 and catch your share of the third wave of internet wealth? I say absolutely. Get back with the nexWeb3 community member that shared this with you and mint your Avagamis today.
All right, guys. So you see an incredible compensation plan in place for us to go out and make a difference and change the future. I want to thank you for joining us today. Go out, mint your Avagami. Let's go share this with the world. Thank you and have a fantastic